Welcome to Inclusivity Unlocked, the podcast that's all about inclusion and diversity, brought to you by the Association Explorator. We're chatting with you right from our studio in Craiova, and together we'll make sure that tricky isms and complex terms from the world of inclusion become a part of your everyday life. Okay, now it's time to unlock. Here we are in our studio with our special guests, Elena and Santiago. Nowadays they're facilitating a Unity project as trainers, but also they're trainers in another association, Las Niñas Dentul.
Very good.
Thank you so much. I've been preparing for this moment the whole day. And we would like to discuss today what are the goals of the Unity activity and what is it the role of the trainer. So at first I would like to ask you to maybe describe a little bit the objectives of the project and maybe also your personal objective coming here.
Oh, well, that's a good question. I will say my personal objectives, and I think something can summarize better the objectives of the project because he's coordinating. My objective is to try to share my experience with the volunteers because we have been volunteers 2 years ago abroad, and also we work in the leisure and free time activities, and they are going to create activities for those kids with a refugee background, and we want to teach them tools for their voluntary month that they are going to be here, and also to show them some new methodologies like the giant doll house that we will tell you later if you want to. And because I love to work in an international contest. Basically.
Goals of the project is like the volunteers are gonna work with the refugees. Refugees have a not nice moment right now, so then they are gonna be or with kids or with young people. It's like making the situation for them like softer, using the leisure time and the leisure activities, and then like becoming like a relaxed moment. Not really relaxed, it's like more fun, like forgetting the shitty reality that they got it right now. So then they are gonna do like kind of summer camps activities that we call it universal games, thinking in that if it's a universal game, you don't need it really the language. It's more like you have the motivation to play, I have the motivation to play with you, let's have fun, let's forget the reality, let's like make fun. This is one of the part, and the other one is like to reflect about home, about self-space and so on, with the methodology of Yayandul houses. So then is
sense of belonging.
Yeah, maybe it's important to underline that now it's like 60 volunteers here in Craiova, and in future they will be divided in groups and go to different cities. 5
different locations that they are Târgu Frumos, Craiova, Timișoara,
Arad,
and Bucharest. It's going to be, because they are 60, 12 of each in each localization.
And we have 5 different nationalities. We have Italian, Romanian, Jordan, Turkey, and Spain. And they will be all mixed.
So then it's going to be 12 people, but also from each country are coming 12. In the locations, they are going to mix. And there is going to be 2 or 3 of each nationality. But each country have sent to the project 12 people, also including local Romanians that they are going to support. I mean, it's really good connected that the locals are also involved, helping to be bridging between the refugees and the foreigners that are going to help our support.
Of course, like the language barrier can be really tough one to go through. But do you find it difficult to connect all volunteers from different nationalities? Like, what approaches you have to deal with this? Because it might be hard. And myself, when I came to my volunteering project, I also had to adapt to people eating different ways, wanting different cultural activities even.
I mean, I think this is the main objective of this week specifically.
Of the training.
Because it's like on arrival training. for the voluntary service. And also the previous step, like the selection of the participants, was the key. Because the people who is here normally has passed in their own countries for a process, and they are willing to get to know all these differences. But sometimes is this, we have different schedule, different ways of live. And for example, today we were working on that, about conflict management and communication. Yesterday we were working through intercultural learning in order to think more openly and have a wider perspective. Yeah, among other things, no?
Yeah. But on the very beginning, when they are landing, they are not really ready, I think so. I mean, there's like a process of landing, and this training helped to land.
That's why we are from less to more.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it's just to create a group feeling.
Team building.
Yeah, team building for the first day and a half. And later on, we are introducing all of this content, and yeah.
Plus, in this case, the two methodologies that they are going to use it, that are the universal games, that are activities for children, and then the giant doll houses. So then it's a mix in between, but it's working very good.
And also depends also the age of participants, because they can do this from 18 to 30. So it's not the same. Our group is very young. So for a lot of them, it's their first time abroad in their whole life.
Oh my God, really?
So it's not the same that when you have some experience.
Yeah.
But I think I talk in the name of the two, but not you say, we are so proud at what they are doing, because we are 60 people from very different places, and they are getting along.
And we were like afraid that, okay, you got like 60 people. It could happen that during the process of traveling, there is whatever that makes that one or two people miss. And actually, there were some delays, but maybe not the first day, but in between the first and the second day, they were arriving. So them safely, with no big deals. I mean, it's really amazing that everybody, I mean, there were people traveling more than
24 hours.
Well, more than 24 and even more than 30 hours to come in here. So then, whoa, brave. I mean, chapeau.
Yeah, they got people. Motivation.
Yeah, totally. They are over-motivated.
Yeah, but I understand why they're doing this. When you have a goal and you're looking forward to meet people, then you will do whatever it takes to achieve it.
Yeah.
But can I also ask about the second methodology you talked about?
The giant doll houses. Yeah, I mean, it could be resumed in. It's like a tool to giving like the opportunity to the refugee to express for themselves what means for them home, house, and also like safe space for them. So then you are creating normally in a shoebox like your home, or an image, how you look like your home, or how you feel that this is a safe space to you. This is the proposition that we give to the user. But maybe the user says, no, I need to express myself in another way, and I'm gonna do. For example, we saw yesterday one person that decided to express what is a dream bathroom or a basic bathroom, because he was thinking, refugees not everybody has the right to have hot water or to have a normal shower or a normal bath. That's why I'm expressing in my box what is a normal bath, and how lucky I am to have this. So the proposal is to show the house or the house of your dream, but it's totally up of the creativity of the user, and it's just only a tool to express. That maybe they are not able to express by words, but it's so powerful.
Yeah, and that somehow can connect you with a safe space that you got in mind when you don't have it with you at the moment. Yeah. And many people, most of them, they choose to create a bedroom.
Yeah.
And some of them a living room, and a few like this person in the bathroom. But it's nice because some people were creating the bedroom when they were kids, other the bedroom for their dreams. But the point is that express your hobbies, your wishes, and to me, it was very nice yesterday when they were finishing to see how different they are, all of them, and they were precious and different shapes, and even we didn't have much time to get deeper because Santi did an example and he was 4 hours doing it, and they had almost 2.5.
Yeah.
But they did a great job, and
I mean, and there was people that in 1 hour they got it ready, and another people that says I don't have ready in 2.5 hours, and I'm gonna take it my free time for finishing. There was people really over motivated, and also now the next step is that now they are divided in locations. They're gonna do all the team all together as a team. So then this is gonna be the next step, because our idea is they are gonna do this in the future with the refugees. The better way to learn this is learning by doing. If I'm experimenting, I know what the refugees are gonna experiment. So then now they are very sensitive with the topic. And now they are deciding what are going to be the barriers not to cross when they are working with this methodology, because it's very sensitive and could be trigger the refugees, and we don't want to like push the people to go out of the feelings if you don't want to share and so on. So then it's really beautiful tool if it's used in a good way. So
in that sense, because we are not therapists, we are not psychologists. We don't want to force anyone to share anything they don't want to. It's just an art way of expression. And also is with your house, you can write a little text saying what is this house for you. And we will do an exhibition with the pictures, and it will be your house and your text for the people who understand what you want to share.
To express,
Of course, if you want to. If not, you will just keep to yourself your explanation. And to me, it's also nice to have link the creative writing with the creative creating a house. So there are different tools also.
Yeah, it was really interesting to look after everyone working during those days, because as volunteers we were also there. And how passionate actually everyone was, because I remember I was also doing this like houses, but like early at the time in schools I think we did it, but now it gives like the same action but with different meaning, and it's more meaningful. Also, I wanted to ask about participants with disabilities, because I know that there are some, and how you adapt your activities, and why do you think it's like important to include different people with different abilities inside of the projects like this?
Well, to me, the first thing is asking, because sometimes we think, oh, this person has this situation and I will do this because I think this is better for them. And in my point of view, because I also have a disability, I think when somebody asks me, so I got 2 people with some things, and I told to them what they want to do. And when, for example, one person has a lack of mobility, so I try not to do activities using this thing that he cannot join. But also I asking him always if he needs some help, or I change a little bit the activity in order for him to participate, for example. And there is another person who has some mental health issues. We have been talking, and I know when she's not feeling okay, she will leave, and we have communication, and in this case is working. But also the key is to get to know first, because sometimes you don't know, and when the activity starts, you see the reality of the person, and then you have planned something, and it's difficult to change. And so it's again the selection, when it's like with the special diet, no, or anything. If you have the information previously, as we are doing, for example, this plan since February.
Yeah, we were
working
beginning
in
to
this week.
prepare the session.
So we have spent a lot of time
Yeah.
reflecting
Yeah.
the two of us. So if we will know earlier, we will adapt more, but it's always a process that then you have the call, then you have the participants. So sometimes in real life we cannot be so accessible. We will but I think asking and be respectful, even it sounds simple, but to me is the key. And
I mean, for me the key is like asking, and also sometimes in advance. Some people, if I explain a little bit what is going on a while, they can know in advance what is going on, and maybe that person can give me the key to be inclusive, because maybe I'm not on the point, or I'm not having the key for that. But if you explain to the person, it's gonna be the session then that person decide I wanna be totally in, or maybe I get one step forward as an observer and so on. But at least they got it the information, and they know in advance, and they somehow feel included. No matter that is more passive, more active, but they can have their own decisions how active they wanna be.
Yeah, I think it is a key to ask. It's what you really pointed out.
Yeah, and even when you are practicing this to reformulate, for example, today we were playing something they have to act, and later on I was thinking, I must tell them they can stop acting if they don't feel comfortable, but for everyone, not just for the people who has special needs. And I didn't say because I took for granted, but maybe some people prefer not to act when they knew. So if you create a space where you can talk and reformulate, I think it's always positive. Of course, it's more work for us because we have to rethink all the time. But in the end, the people will notice that you care about them. And we like also that when we are participants, they care about us. So, this is non-formal education.
About the concept of non-formal education, and do you think that volunteering can really impact big communities or change a positively environment?
Yeah, that's why we're here. I mean, we were beginning with the voluntary service, and now we are here.
Of course, depending on the project.
Yeah.
How you formulate the project and how you see the impact it can have. But at least personally will have a big impact in everyone who has passed through this experience, and hopefully to some people, but maybe it's too romantic, but I always think if one person get the point that my work, I'm happy, because it's not easy sometimes, because we are like little worms doing the job that is not so, we are not in the media, we are
noticeable.
We are changing the
we are
mentality.
not visible at all.
No, social participation is a way of seeing life as a community, and in our society we are individualistic. We are, But I think step by step, we were discussing yesterday. I see them as volunteers now. I was volunteering in 2006. I see the difference in a positive way, like they are more open than we were, and
but also a lot of things changed, I think, in the way society thinks. Even movements like body positive. I think in 2006 it still was covers with naked women all over it, freaking out everyone.
That's why. So I choose to see the positive side, even though I know there is a very, very dark side of this historical moment we are living. But when I was seeing everyone the other day together in the intercultural night, that is to have fun, just this, but I could see this sense of unity between them. I said, this is the future, so they are doing the future now, somehow. And
even through basic actions. And
yeah, because if you hear about now, for example, a Spanish girl never met a person from Jordan, and now they met, they can talk. If something happened in Jordan, they have a contact who can tell you what is going on instead of the media. And there's people, not just
with faces.
With feelings,
like real people.
Just this to me is very powerful, because every time I see the news, I have friends in many places, so I want everyone is okay. Not I don't know. It's to approach the others.
I mean, you can look in very points of view this impact. I mean, we were like talking. I mean, our partner in this, our Romanian partner in this project is Craiova. The first day when we were having the dinner before, we were talking. I mean, we were Las Niñas del Tula and Anter was creating more or less in the same time. And more or less, we are every year at least one project together. And we were talking about how many children from the European Solidarity Corps was born. I mean, in our projects, I mean, in their project, we were creating real couples that now they have babies or they get married. I mean, there is another kind of impact
of the European Commission with this.
I mean, now there is a lot of babies from this kind of. There is another way of impact. So there is impact somehow.
So they have a wider perspective of the world, not just your country.
Yeah. And then you are creating bilingual babies, you are creating like really European citizens from the very beginning. Yeah? I mean...
You mean with concepts like
totally.
European ideas?
Yeah, totally. And they will tell to the babies, we were meet in an on-arrival training, we were falling in love on arrival. It was happening to us.
Yeah, it happened to us. We have been to some weddings already.
Yeah. I mean... And our Romanian partners told us that they were also invited for, for example, we have taken some holidays for some friends of us in Greece, in Bosnia, we met them in the on-arrival trainings. They were volunteers before and after, they are now our friends.
And they are doing projects down there.
Yeah.
So it's not just they get some tools, they start this field, and now maybe they are our partners, or So I believe in the impact.
For sure, there is impact in the short term, in the medium term, and in the long term.
But to be realistic, it's not the 100%.
Not at all.
I don't know the average, but there is happening.
Yeah, it's really hard to get the statistics of the impact on the communities. Yeah.
But to me, it's always a matter of how you do the things, how you believe.
Yeah.
Because I have been to some projects that they were better than others, and it is also a thing of non-formal education.
Yeah.
That we are not regulated like the formal, and let's say everyone can do a project, but it's not. But you don't take the same for every project that you go, but always you take a learning, or what you want to, or what you don't want to.
Yeah.
So.
But every time you your trainings, they're different time usually. Like it might be a week, it might be longer or less.
It's up. I mean, normally if we are working because we are called for the Spanish National Agency to do on-arrival trainings for long-term voluntary service. Now, the one that we are gonna do is for short-term, 1 month. So it's kind of different. Yeah.
Yeah, but 1 week is normal.
Yeah, our normal average is in between 5-7 days maximum.
But we are also participant to some projects. It's what I mean. Yeah. We are not going always like a trainer. I was going like a youth leader into some youth exchange with my students. So we can have different views of the projects, organization, or study visits.
Sometimes, I mean, it's also very good. Because we were in all of the profiles that it could be, because you can be coordinating, you can be teaching languages, you can be logistic, and we have done all of the profiles. We have our favorites that I don't like at all to be coordinator, but sometimes you have to, because you have your favorite, like I really would like to
I don't like to teach Spanish, and
Yeah.
I have done a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But somehow goes. I mean, you're challenging yourself all the time. I mean, it works at the end. Mm.
But what brought this idea to your mind? I want to be a trainer.
Oh, wow. To me, I wanted to be volunteer. After I finished my university studies, I saw this poster at the university itself, and I say, oh, I want to do this because I want to take this time for myself. I knew no one, because I told you, 2006, no one who has gone to voluntary service. It was the name before. I had been Erasmus in the university, but this everybody knew, but the EBS at that time, no one. But I said, I'm going to do this. And, and after that, it came smoothly, I don't know, because my sending organization invited me to be trainer for a Spanish program with Spanish, Portuguese and Moroccan students, almost like for a year. Not all the time, but they will spend weeks with us and we will teach them values. So I get in touch with them, and then, yeah.
It was my turn.
Yeah.
We were working together. We offered her to continue. She said, no, I'm going voluntary service. And I said, she's refusing a job for going to volunteer. And he
This
said,
is me.
yeah. And then she invited me, when you have holidays, come to and visit me. I was totally falling in love in this kind of project. And I said, when I quit my job, when I quit the job, I go for mine. Somehow she was working on that, and I was in my voluntary service. In my midterm evaluation, I was my aha moment, like, oh, maybe that could be a tool to me for the future, like working. I really have like all this, some part of the skills that could be used for, because we were entertainer. I mean, I was facilitating some Spanish lessons, so then I was having some skills for. There was a moment that they tell us, I mean, the trainers, there is like kind of ways to be trainer, and she also, and then we begin to talk, and we met one organization that is ex-volunteers
From
Spain, and then on that moment we begin to receive some trainings to be trainers.
Because they created the association.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I came back, and he was doing his voluntary service. So when he came back, he got a special event with all the people who was arriving in the same time to Spain, that I didn't have it.
Yeah.
Because in my moment there was no,
Yeah.
you come back and you come back. So he told me, I'm gonna go to this event, and I said, can I join? So he said, text to the association, and they invite me to go as a trainer.
As a junior trainer.
Because I was not a volunteer in that moment, but they want me to join them. So I was the junior trainer of this activity, and he was volunteer who just arrived.
Yeah, I mean.
And we joined to the association.
The thing was that there was no this profile junior trainer. I mean, a trainer is paid, a junior trainer is trainee to be trainer. So then we were inventing this.
But I did many things.
This profile. I mean, she was doing a lot of things. She was so successful that she was asked to be trainer next time. And I was invited to be junior trainer for the next one. And after being one junior trainer, then if the people like you, they begin to call to you.
It was very like this.
Yeah, I mean, very...
Because there was not many people in that moment in our country who wants to do these kind of things, or maybe they don't have the English, or I don't know. And in the end, we have like a community of people from the whole country, and we were calling each other's.
Yeah, we are like a family.
And that time was very nice.
Yeah.
Because we were very young.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was more or less like one year and a half that you were like newcomer. Means that maybe they asked you to come for facilitate one workshop, 2 workshops, supporting with logistics, something tiny things.
But we were happy to be in the international non-formal education
and
context. We always go.
Yeah, and receiving few quantity of money for that. Somehow, after 1 year tasting, there was a moment that somebody says, now is your moment to be really trainer. And then on that moment, it was done.
I don't remember exactly, but yeah. Let's say some people believe in us.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, but on that moment when you receive the first call to do your first training, it's like the money that I'm gonna receive is not to making a contract. It's just only an extra money. And if I begin to be call, then it can be my fixed job. Now it's only an extra. It's like a kind of passion hobby making you extra money.
I mean, to me, it's this.
Yeah.
It has been always.
Yeah.
I always have my fixed job.
Yeah.
Because I need this stability in my life, and I wanted to take this like a gift, and to give everything every time they call me.
Yeah.
Because I saw many friends, they were burned out to be all the time traveling and not having a fixed life. So I do, I don't know, 4 or 5 trainings in a year, something like that. And to me, it's
the balance.
Still my hobby.
Yeah.
And it's the way I want to have it. And maybe the people forget about me, I don't mind, because I have already a lot of experiences. And and it's like this, we were discussing about this project in February, so
a lot of things to prepare.
yeah. And
a
so
lot
it's
of
not a
things
matter
happen.
of money, never.
No.
Because
not at all.
It's because we meet,
Yeah.
we are friends, or became friends with the other people, and then you have your meetings and you dream what you want to share. But to me, this is the key.
Yeah.
But depends of the.
Yeah, there is like 2 profiles of trainers. There are people that they are only trainer, but we know we have some friends that they are like this, and that means more or less around 280 days per year out of your house. So then that means that maximal you are in your own house, maximal all together in maybe 1 week, making the account maybe in the whole year 1 month and a half. I don't want to have this for my life. So my balance now is I'm on an organization, I'm coordinator of some projects, and those projects have trainings. And sometimes I'm invited to facilitate or to be logistic, and then I can take it, and this money is going to be for my salary. So now I'm like Elena, I mean, for sure it's my main job, and sometimes included a training. But as she say, if my job is every week facilitating, I'm gonna die.
I think you lose the point.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm too romantic.
Yeah.
And I know I'm too romantic.
I mean, yeah.
But I think what you can give if you are fresh is not the same that you are just finished yesterday.
Yeah.
One training.
Yeah.
You need to be fresh and
Yeah, totally. I mean, you
create bonds with people. You are 24 hours with the people.
Yeah.
And my project, my voluntary project, was doing this during 6 months. That I experienced myself what it was just to be training. And to me it's not so nice, and I think this is very nice.
Yeah.
Like to enjoy it.
If you have one training every 2 months, makes sense. Make fun. If it's each week or each 2 weeks, for me it's too much.
Because it's not a normal job.
Yeah.
You put your life.
I mean, normally when you talk with the volunteers, and I always explain to the volunteers that they're gonna go, I'm explaining what is a honorable training. We compare this as a Big Brother program. I mean, because it's 24 hours all together, very intensive, and you create such a bubble of intensity, positive one, but the people you cannot understand what it means to be there. And it is like this. And after this, everything is away, and you feel like empty a little bit and sad, happy but sad, and so on.
When you are in your house without anyone.
Yeah.
After this week,
after
imagine
a huge party.
This. I mean.
It's like nobody's behind me.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
But we like it.
Yeah, I mean, we feel very lucky to be in this kind of projects. I mean, somehow few years ago, we were dreaming this, and now we are here. I mean,
and I also think that important thing to talk about is that it's not like traveling, volunteering.
No, not at all.
It's like real schedule that you have. It's a job or a task that you have to accomplish.
Yeah.
And young people shouldn't think that it's just like, we'll come to Romania and have
I'm
fun.
not gonna see anything, for example, in Romania.
I mean, she's departing in a couple of days, and I think that the only one thing that she's gonna see that tomorrow we will do a flash mob in the city center of Craiova, so then she will have 1-2 hours to see the city center. That is gonna be. That's it. She spent here.
Yeah.
How many? 8 days.
Yeah.
Only look 2 hours of a city center of a city.
Because it's intense.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you have free time, maybe you can stay 1-2 days more and see something, but this is not the point. To me, the point is the feeling of international live together.
Yeah.
And traveling itself, when I was sending organization, we were sending volunteers 2 years ago, I always say, think in the project, not in the country, because every country can be wonderful if you are doing what you want to do. And it can be a nightmare if you are doing something that you don't like, because many people in Spain, they are willing to go to the UK because it's our main, our top country, and a lot of British are in Spain. And I was saying that you can go to Romania and learn much more things. So, it's not
you
the
just
country,
need to find a task for yourself.
Find a thing for yourself. I choose Poland because my project, and I was totally in love for my project.
Maybe if you are more the volunteer, you can go a little bit deeper in the topic into travel, because you will have more leisure time. But if you are like a trainer, the topic is not to travel. To travel is just only something additional. But as we have said,
for sure you refresh your mind.
Yeah.
But
thinking about other important topics in the world, it's true. So.
I mean, we invite the people to join
Totally.
This kind of projects for the learning that they bring to our lives, even if we don't notice, it's there.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid of.
Thanks to our listeners for listening to the Inclusivity Unlocked podcast, and I invite you to follow us on our social media, and also, can you repeat again the name of the station?
Las Niñas del Tul.
Follow them too to find out more about inclusion, diversity, and solidarity, and we will unlock the new topic next time. Yay!
Bye.